What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Tyraco here with a potential hot take. Maybe. Let me know what you guys think down below. But during this 3x regeneration drop rate for Fireknight, I think it's better than even the 2x or 3x Savage drop rates for Fireknight. The reason why, so hear me out for a second, because most people, I think, assume that Savage is just the best time to farm Fireknight. And for a long time, Savage was one of the best sets from Fireknight. However, now we have the Forge Pass with Instinct Gear, which is not quite to the level of Savage, but very close, 20% defense ignore instead of 25%, so it's a purchasable set. We also have Dark Fae, which you can farm and you can forge kind of more specific pieces for your account. Whereas with Regeneration, I'm not saying Savage isn't good, Savage is an amazing set, so don't get me wrong, but Regeneration, there's not really anything quite to that level. I've used Bolster sets, which also heals you by 10% each turn. We have Immortal sets, but the 5% healing difference from Bolster to Regeneration makes a pretty big difference. Same thing with Guardian. Doesn't seem that massive, but it does make a pretty big difference, especially when you're trying to build solo champions. So the reason why you'd be using Regeneration gear is typically for solo champions. So the plus side is you don't really need a ton of it. So let me see how many people I have equipped. I have my Ninja and Godseeker both in Regeneration, which they do Sand Devils solo, well duo on stage 24, and then Ninja solo stage 11. I have my Venom Mage in Regeneration, which he solos some Lizardman stuff. He was doing a video. I used him for a video. So right now, I don't think he's even fully geared. So he can do some Dragon and Ice Golem soloing, and he can do some Faction War soloing and some Secret Room soloing. Very, very good champion. He's in my gear, but I think he's ungeared. So kind of just ignore him. We have Crypt King Grawl. He solos basically everything. He's an absolutely amazing champion. Geomancer, ignore him. So we have 3 champions realistically geared in Regeneration. And then, okay, yeah, just 3 champions. I thought my Uros was in Regeneration. He should be. He definitely should be in Regen. Is he not? Okay, no, he's in Immortal. Okay, he's in Immortal plus Toxic. Cool. So yeah, I have 3 champions on my account in Regeneration gear. And the reason why it's so important to be farming Fireknight right now is because Regeneration gear is a kind of set that basically, if you want to use it, you're probably going to be using it on solo champions. It's got a lot of use in Faction Wars as well. But as you progress further and further, it's probably going to be for solo champions. And when you build solo champions, let me show you guys a few of my champions who are solo built. They're going to have to meet a certain threshold of gear. And you can't really get by with much less than that. So we have my Crypt King Grawl right here. He's in Regeneration plus Defiant, something new I've been trying out. But he has quite a bit of HP, quite a bit of defense, speed, good accuracy, and good resistance. So when you're looking for good regeneration pieces, you're going to be looking for HP percentage, ideally on the chest and gloves, the boots, speed or HP/defense percent with speed substat rolls, and then you're looking for substats like speed, resistance, accuracy, HP and defense percentages on all the pieces if you can get it. The pieces don't really have a whole lot of room for just filler substats. You can see here crit damage is basically useless. There's a few champions like Tomb Lord who you will be looking for 100% crit rate for, but most of the champions, no crit rate, no crit damage, no attack percentage, nothing like that. And it's usually just accuracy, resistance, HP, speed, and defense. I think I got everything there, but speed is very, very important. So during this time, I'm gonna give you guys a few different Fireknight teams you can use, but I would definitely drop a couple thousand energy if you have it. I mean, we're coming off of a fusion, so you may not have the energy, but I would definitely try to invest some energy into farming Fireknight right now. The first team I wanna show here is gonna be the most free-to-play option of the 3 that I'm about to show, and this is also gonna be, well, the longest, okay? It's going to be about 3 minutes, but we have Arbiter, which is a free champion by the time you get to Fireknight stage 24, 25, somewhere around there, which I'm doing 24. I just like the drop rates from there better. So 24, you're going to have Arbiter, right? Or you should. We have Armiger, which is a free champion, Mystery Shard. You're going to get him from the market, wherever. You should have an Armiger probably on your account by the time you're doing this stuff. Anyways, very solid champion in general. Decreased turn meter on the A1, big enemy max HP hit on the A2. We have Deacon, which is not really a free champion. Technically, you could get him from the free code a long time ago, but either way, he's hopefully on your account. If not, you can probably switch him out for a different good turn meter decreased champion. But so far, it is Deacon. We have Nishak Verminlord, which is a free fusion champion, and then we have Yakarl Scourge Lord. I don't know, the barbarian with the sick background looks very, very cool. But he brings a double hit on the A1. He brings a big decreased turn meter steal, actually, on the A2 ability, plus a decreased speed, which is absolutely amazing. So good for the Fireknight. And it's got a 100% chance to land it, as far as I'm aware. And then his A3, he places Freeze, as you can see here, which does decrease the enemy, or the damage the enemies take, but it controls them, so they're not doing any damage to us. So we don't have to build ourselves as tanky as we may have if we didn't have that free. So it's very good for the wave control in general. So bringing that or having that on him is so helpful. Once we get to the Fireknight though, it's going to be a little bit risky possibly depending on who lands their decreased turn meter or who doesn't. Having Cold Heart instead of Armiger is a much better option, but I wanted to make it more free to play accessible, right? Whenever I used to play my original account, I actually went over a year without pulling a single Cold Heart. That was upsetting. I had to do Fireknight stage 20 with like a 5-minute plus team. It was so bad. One Cold Heart would have fixed all that, but I never got her. I opened up tons of shards, tons of voids. I felt like it and just never got her. So here, the team that I'm going to show you that I'm using is it ran 100 runs and it failed 1, I believe. So it's like I guess 1% fail rate, which obviously it's going to depend. Sometimes champions are going to miss their turn meter decrease. Sometimes they're going to be resisted, so on and so forth. We always had a 3% chance to fail. Right here, he landed it and it should be safe. But if he misses it or some of the champions' turns get out of whack, you're gonna have to watch it. Don't let it run overnight because it may not be 100%. But once the turn meter, once you get the decreased speed on, once your Carl lands that A2 ability, it's gonna be pretty safe. We have Deacon with his A3 decrease in turn meter, Armiger every single time he does with his A1 ability, decrease in turn meter. You could technically turn that A2 ability off and only use Armiger's A1 decreased turn meter every single time. It's gonna be very safe. But I want it to be a little bit faster, so we're gonna do A1 and the A2, prioritizing that A2 ability and just opening with the A1. And then your Carl, continuous full turn meter or steal, which helps out so much. So there you go, boom, full turn meter steal, and we're just going through the match. So it's about 3 minutes, which is definitely not a bad time. If you wanna pick up some good regeneration gear, definitely sink some energy in. It's like a day and like 10 hours, probably by the time I'm releasing this video, left of this event. Boom, there we go. Crit rate plus HP percentage. Not the best. I'm going to sell it, but some people may be worth keeping. I got pretty good regeneration gear so far, so I'm going to go ahead and get rid of that. Once we finish this, I will show you guys all the regeneration gear that I have so far. So team number 1, let me show you guys the presets, and we'll show you the builds, okay? So Deacon, round 1, 2, and 3. Arbiter, round 1, round 2, and round 3. Pay attention to these champion speeds. I tried to make it fairly achievable. Your Carl is actually kind of weirdly geared. He definitely could hit harder. And if he's like your dedicated arena nuker, then you could definitely make him hit a lot harder and maybe even speed up these runs. Round 1, 2, and 3. Pay attention mostly to round 2 and 3. Round 2 is setting up correct positions for round 3, and then round 3 is obviously very important. Round 1, round 2, round 3 for Armiger. So the champions build. Let's go in here and check those out real quick. Boom. We have Nishak Vermin Lord. These are his stats right here. Good HP or good crit rate, crit damage, and accuracy. Well, accuracy is actually kind of low. I need to actually bump that up to like 200. So I'm going to change that. He's probably getting resisted on some of his bombs, which is very bad. So I will be changing that, but not right now. We ran through the run. It was fine. No big deal, but definitely push for at least 200 accuracy on any champion who's placing debuffs. Very important. So there's his masteries. As far as your Carl goes, built for damage. He's got Savage and Cruel, but pretty low crit damage. Good speed because you want to make sure he does that A2 ability pretty frequently. His A2, everything is fully booked. Try to book these champions, especially on the buff and debuff chance and the cooldown abilities. Your Carl, the A2 is very important. Make sure he's fast and make sure he has good accuracy. 215 plus on all these champions. There is his masteries. We have Deacon Armstrong, masteries right there. Skills, fully booked. Definitely, he's very much worth it. He's pretty fast. He could definitely be faster. And then accuracy is way beyond what he'd ever actually need. Armiger only needs 85% crit rate because Fireknight is Force Affinity. Spirit is strong versus force, and when you're strong, you only need, well, you need 15% less crit rate than normal, which is something good to keep in mind. And Armiger does need 100% crit rate to actually land that decreased turn meter on that A1 ability, so pay attention to that. But as far as everything else goes, decent defense, 200 plus speed ideally. Accuracy is way more than I need, but it's good. Everything's fully booked. We got War Master at the bottom. I think he caps out on his damage because stage 20 plus, well, stage 21 plus, you actually can only do a set amount of damage from your max HP abilities. So War Master lets us go a little bit over that threshold because it counts as extra hit. So what counts as extra damage? And then Arbiter is right here. It's actually my non-arena Arbiter, just thrown into gear. She's fairly fast, not really, but there we go. That's what she's looking like. Nothing really special here. She's not even booked. Why? Why is she not even booked? I mean, obviously it works, but hey, not even booked Arbiter. So now let's go into team number 2. It's right here. Do I have 2 teams or 3 teams to show you all? I think I have 3 teams. Yeah, I definitely have 3 teams. So this is the second team, the same one as before, just with Cold Heart. So the Cold Heart in this setup, I think is very fast. The Cold Heart is like 280 speed. It's the one that I use in my main team, I think. Maybe not. Actually, let me see RSL helper right here. I can tell you guys what she is. You can see right here. She is 278, so she's pretty fast. Here's all the champions builds. But in the background, you can see Nishak probably missing some of his bombs, which, why did I not put any accuracy on him? Like, 177 accuracy is way too little, dude. Way too little. 177. Obviously, put the champions in the lead spot that give you the aura you need. If you're running with plenty of speed, you don't need Deacon in the lead. But if you don't have enough speed, then put Deacon in the lead. If you want more damage, put Nishak, maybe your Carl. I forget what his aura does. But either way, just adjust the team position as you see fit, okay? Technically, that Cold Heart should not have used that A3 ability just now. I need to have that turned off for round 2 because that could definitely mess up the actual boss fight. Let's see. I'm going to try to actually make sure she doesn't use that right here because she shouldn't be. Let's see. Actually, I can't turn off auto. Okay, there we go. We're good. We'll be fine. We'll leave it on auto. It's no big deal. I don't think she'll use it again here. Maybe she does. Okay, perfect. She didn't. She actually has a really good AI for Fireknight. So on the actual boss stage, do not change her AI. Do not set it to prioritize the A3 ability because she's very good. If it's the shield's up, she'll use the A1. The shield's down, she'll use the A3 if it's off cooldown. Now, I think one time I did see her not use the A3. If the Fireknight's turn meter is like 10%, then she will use the A2, I'm pretty sure, which is interesting, which is definitely good, but just something to be mindful of. If you set her to prioritize the A3, always just only use the A3, then she'll definitely use it into this shield. There's a chance she will. So that A1, that 4-hitter, is so nice in breaking that shield fast. Makes the runs very consistent because now we have Deacon with his turn meter decrease actually able to go through. We have your Carl with his big turn meter decrease. And then we have Cold Heart with her also big turn meter decrease. This one is much less likely to fail, so just swap out Armiger for Cold Heart and you got a much safer run. Faster run, safer run, overall better run in general. And you have no seer, which is amazing. I think this team should be very achievable for a lot of players. The stat requirements aren't that high. 200 plus speed, give or take. This Cold Heart by no means needs to be that fast. 2 minutes and 14 seconds. So you've already seen all the other champion builds. We got another piece of regeneration gear. But what did it have on it? So it says HP and crit rate. Once again, don't need that. I don't even have Tomb Lord, and I'm not going to use him if I did get him. So the Cold Heart build, she's in instinct gear, which is what I mentioned at the beginning of the video. Instinct, lethal. We have a lot of defense ignoring sets now. I put all my Cold Hearts in instinct. I think it's an incredible set. I thought it was really good before it is even buffed, and now it's even better. Speed plus ignore defense, so good. So good. I actually have an arena nuker, I think, in it as well. So she's 70% crit rate. I really only care about her Heartseeker critting, but maybe if you want faster runs, you could put her to 100% crit rate. But good crit rate, good speed, good accuracy, you should be good to go. Fully booked, Phantom Touch if you have it, extra hits, very nice, and then Giant Slayer for some more damage from that A1 ability. Before I show you guys my main team, I want to show you the presets of the team we just now did. So it's going to be very similar to the other one. It should be exactly the same. You could do exactly the same other than Cold Heart. And then it's going to be pretty easy. Cold Heart 1, 2, 3. Round 2 should technically not use the Heartseeker. And round 3, your Carl 1, 2, and 3. We have Deacon, round 1, round 2, round 3. And then Arbiter 1, 2, and 3. So now the team that I run as my main Fireknight Stage 2014 is this right here. Your Carl, Ghostborn, Kymar, Coldheart, and Seer. Used to, I would run Skimfos instead of your Carl, but your Carl has the nice control in the waves, has his decreased speed and his big turn meter decrease on the same ability, and it goes very frequently. Easier to apply them, so this is the team I'm going to be using. This is going to be my new main team. It's a little bit slower than the Skimfos team. Skimfos is a very good option though. Amazing A3 ability, but I'm trying this one out for a little while. It's been very consistent, very smooth, and very fast, so this is what I'm liking. If you don't have Ghostborn, you can use Lydia, no problem. If you don't have Kymar, you can use Renegade. However, if you use Renegade, it's going to be kind of weird to use Ghostborn because of how her cooldown decrease works. It's not really going to work with Ghostborn too well. So you kind of need Ghostborn plus Kymar, or Kymar plus Lydia, or Renegade plus Lydia. So getting that decreased defense, getting that weaken, getting those buffs is going to be so helpful in getting Seer to do the most damage possible, and as well as your Carl, right? This run has been averaging like 1 minute and 11 seconds. Right now, we're actually doing pretty good as far as time goes. 50 seconds while recording. Dang, it's actually impressive. Usually it doesn't go this fast. Actually, just kidding. It always goes this fast. I'm loving it. So no surprise here. Now, it actually usually goes about 1 minute and 11, but no real worries. I mean, we have good turn meter decrease, minute and 7 seconds, no big worries throughout that run. Pretty nice. So this is the one I'll be using. I'm liking it. Lydia may make it even, well, Lydia has the advantage of the increased speed, though Seer removes that. Ghostborn has the benefit of never missing the decreased defense. Lydia can miss it, can make things complicated, but as long as you have the presets correct on each round, missing those decreased defense and weakens, not really that big of a deal. So your Carl, round 1, round 2, round 3. Prince Kymar, round 1, round 2, round 3. Ghostborn, round 1, round 2, round 3. You'll notice the champions in this team are a little bit more geared for damage because I want to make it go pretty fast. Seer, 1, 2, and 3. Let me go ahead and real quick do this. So we already seen your Carl. Ghostborn, we haven't seen him yet. He's in a shield set. I wish I could have had more blood shield stuff. If I had more blood shield on every one of these champions, blood shield accessories, we'd have those extra shields, more stuff for Seer to remove, which would be even better. We don't have that, unfortunately. As far as his mastery, he's got some War Master, as much damage as we can get on him. Seer, typical Seer build, good speed. Don't care too much about accuracy, but she has it. It's just how it worked out. Pushing crit damage, 100% crit rate, you're good to go. I need to get her to hit a little bit harder, and then we're going to be even better. She does have flawless execution for some more consistent wave clear. Cold Heart is right here. We already seen her. And then we didn't even use Nishak. So I think that's everybody in the team. Maybe, no, just kidding. Kymar. Kymar is right here. Perception, I've considered putting him in reflex gear. I don't know if I'm going to do it though. Reflex to reset the A3, which would be very cool, but I haven't made the jump to that just yet. So before we end the video, guys, let me know if you have any interesting Fireknight team, but even more so than that, let me show you guys my my gear haul from Fireknight, the little bit I've done as far as regeneration. Did I get anything that's actually worth it? So regeneration, HP percentage on the chest plates would be what I'm looking for. Okay, so no HP percentage, unfortunately. Gloves, HP defense percent is the best. Substats speed, accuracy, or resistance. I'm honestly not going to keep any of these pieces because nothing really rolled that would be better than what I currently have. Like I said, not many champions actually need regeneration gear, so you just need a few sets on a few champions and you're going to be good to go. These 5-star pieces aren't going to be an upgrade for me. So even though this is actually a pretty decent roll, like speed, resistance, crit rate, this could be pretty decent for some people, especially if you don't have a good regeneration set. But for me, I've got much better than this. I'm just going to sell that. HP and speed, not bad if it double rolled speed especially, but I think I got much better options. I will keep that one actually, because it could double roll speed. This one, not really great, especially not for the champs that I would need it on. This one right here, this is actually really good. Speed, HP, and defense. If it goes double speed, as long as it doesn't go crit rate, we will roll that, okay? The 5-star rares, we're just gonna get rid of them all. Crit rate, okay, we don't need that. Let's see. 5-star rares, gonna get rid of it. Okay, nothing, not too much here. Didn't really get too much good. The boots, I would definitely keep speed boots if you get them. I don't need them because I got plenty of them. Let's see what we have as far as that one shield that could potentially be pretty good. Take it to 12. Let's see. Double roll speed maybe. Okay, so not really that good, unfortunately. We went one roll to crit rate. I'll take it to 16 just because why not? Okay, so double roll crit rate, speed plus defense on a champion like Tomb Lord, on a champion who needs crit rate, possibly my ninja. I don't know how I have him built right now. Let me see. Because he could use a crit rate technically. Like if I can get him to 100% crit rate, it can make the runs a little more consistent, but I don't really want to try to build for that. So Ninja is currently got a shield that is double roll resistance. Yeah, it's so difficult to get things like crit rate and those non-specific substats like accuracy, resistance, speed, HP, defense percentage. Like you can't really go to crit rate and crit damage too much without sacrificing the other ones so heavily. And those other ones, they have a minimum threshold. Like for what I'm using my ninja, I need a lot of accuracy. I need specific resistance. I need to be fast and I need to be tanky. So doing all that plus getting crit rate, it's kind of difficult to achieve. But guys, thank you all very much for watching the video. Hopefully y'all found something valuable. Hopefully you can get a new Fireknight team from that. And maybe this made you decide to actually farm for some regeneration gear. So best of luck if you do. Thank you all for watching and I'll catch you in the next video.